At 84, Frankie Avalon finally opens up about Ricky Nelson. Frankie Avalon was born Francis Thomas Avalon on September 18, 1940 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He grew up in a working-class Italian-American family that nurtured his early love of music. From a remarkably young age, it was clear that Avalon had a rare natural talent. By the time he was a child, he was already mastering the trumpet, an instrument that would become the foundation of his first professional successes and set him apart from many of his peers. Avalon's early musical promise quickly turned into opportunity. As a teenager, he began performing locally and soon attracted the attention of industry professionals who recognized both his musical skill and his wholesome boy-next-door appeal. Initially, his recordings were instrumental trumpet pieces, several of which became hits and showed his technical ability. However, it was his transition to vocal performances that shot him into national stardom. With his clean-cut looks, warm smile, and smooth, earnest voice, Frankie Avalon became the very image of the American teen idol. During the late 1950s and early 1960s, Avalon dominated the pop charts with a string of memorable hits, including Venus, Why, Just Ask Your Heart, and Don't Let Pass Me By. These songs, often romantic and emotionally sincere, connected deeply with young audiences, navigating their first experiences with love and heartbreak. At a time when rock and roll was rapidly changing, Frankie Avalon offered something reassuring. Music that was passionate yet gentle, exciting yet safe. His success was not short-lived. He earned multiple gold records and consistently ranked among the top artists of his era. Beyond music, Frankie Avalon seamlessly expanded his career into film, becoming a central figure in the hugely popular beach party movie genre of the 1960s. Paired frequently with Annette Funicello, Avalon starred in light-hearted sun-soaked films such as Beach Party, Muscle Beach Party, Bikini Beach, and Beach Blanket Bingo. These movies, filled with catchy songs, carefree romance, and youthful energy, became cultural touchstones and helped define a generation's idea of fun and freedom. The on-screen chemistry between Avalon and Funicello was particularly beloved, embodying innocence, optimism, and the joy of young love. While some critics dismiss these films as silly, their lasting appeal tells a different story. Frankie Avalon's performances brought warmth and authenticity to roles that could easily have felt superficial. His charm felt genuine, his humor natural, and his presence comforting. In an era of rapid social change, these films offered audiences a sense of escape and happiness, qualities that continue to draw fans decades later. As musical tastes shifted in the mid-1960s with the rise of the British invasion and more rebellious rock sounds, Avalon gracefully adapted. Rather than fading away, he diversified his work, appearing on television, performing live concerts, and later embracing nostalgia tours that celebrated the music of his youth. He also showed impressive range as an entertainer, taking on comedic and character roles, including a memorable appearance in the hit film Grease, 1978, where he played the teen angel, charming a new generation of fans with his self-aware humor and lasting charisma. Unlike many teen idols whose fame faded quickly, Frankie Avalon showed remarkable longevity. He continued performing, touring, and making television appearances for decades, embracing nostalgia without becoming trapped by it. His self-aware cameo in the 1978 musical Grease, where he performed Beauty School Dropout, introduced him to a new generation and showed his ability to laugh affectionately at his own legacy while still honoring it. This moment reaffirmed his status as a cultural touchstone, someone whose influence went beyond eras. Additionally, Frankie Avalon continued to delight new generations of fans well into the 21st century by making memorable appearances on some of television's most popular music programs. In 2007, he returned to one of his most beloved and iconic songs, Beauty School Dropout, delivering a nostalgic yet vibrant performance alongside the four remaining female contenders, Kathleen Monteleone, Ali Schultz, Ashley Spencer, and eventual winner Laura Osnes, who were competing for the coveted role of Sandy on NBC's hit reality competition Grease, You're the One That I Want. The moment served as a powerful bridge between eras, pairing Avalon's original star power with the enthusiasm and ambition of rising young performers. For longtime fans, it was a thrilling reminder of the song's lasting charm. For younger viewers, it was an introduction to the man who helped define an entire musical generation. Avalon's presence on modern television did not stop there. On April 8, 2009, he appeared on American Idol, one of the most influential talent shows of that time. Once again, proving that his appeal went beyond decades. His performance was met with warm applause and admiration as audiences recognized not only his timeless voice and charisma, but also the remarkable longevity of his career. Sharing the stage on a platform known for discovering new talent, Avalon stood as a living testament to the lasting impact of classic pop music and the artists who shaped it. Beyond television, Avalon has remained a dynamic and engaging live performer through a long-running concert tour that celebrates the golden age of early 1960s pop. Teaming up with fellow Philadelphia-born teen idols Fabian and Rydell, he has toured under the banner Dick Fox's Golden Boys, a show that blends nostalgia, showmanship, and heartfelt storytelling. The tour has been a joyous reunion not only for the performers, but also for fans who grew up with their music and for newcomers eager to experience the energy of a past era. Together, Avalon, Fabian, and Rydell have shared laughter, memories, and timeless hits on stage, reinforcing Frankie Avalon's lasting status as both a cherished cultural icon and a consummate entertainer whose legacy continues to shine. Frankie Avalon's personal life has long stood in quiet contrast to the whirlwind fame and public adoration that defined his career. And at the heart of that private world is his lasting marriage to Catherine K. Diebel. The two were married on January 19, 1963, at a time when Avalon was one of the most recognizable and sought-after young stars in America. Teen idols rarely enjoyed stable, lasting relationships. Yet, Avalon's marriage would ultimately become one of the most enduring love stories to emerge from the golden age of pop stardom. K. Diebel was not part of the entertainment industry, which may have been part of what initially drew Avalon to her. She was a beauty pageant winner, admired not only for her physical beauty, but also for her grace, poise, and down-to-earth nature. Their meeting has often been described as refreshingly ordinary. The two reportedly met while playing cards at a friend's house, a far cry from the glamorous Hollywood parties or industry events that usually surrounded Avalon's life. In that simple, relaxed setting away from cameras and screaming fans, a genuine connection formed. What began as a chance meeting soon developed into a serious relationship rooted in shared values, mutual respect, and a desire for a stable life beyond fame. Their wedding in 1963 marked a turning point for Avalon. At the height of his popularity, he made a conscious decision to prioritize family over the excesses often associated with celebrity life. While many of his peers experienced turbulent relationships, highly publicized divorces, or personal struggles, Avalon committed himself fully to his role as a husband. Over the decades, he has frequently credited Kay as the steadying force in his life. Someone who kept him grounded, protected his sense of normalcy, and helped him navigate the pressures of fame with humility and perspective. Their marriage, which has lasted for more than 6 decades, stands as a rare and remarkable achievement in the entertainment world. Together, Frankie and Kay Avalon built a large, close-knit family. They are the parents of 8 children, a testament to their shared belief in family, tradition, and togetherness. Raising such a large family while maintaining a demanding career required balance and sacrifice. Yet Avalon consistently chose to place his family first. He often limited his professional commitments so he could remain present in his children's lives, attending milestones, sharing everyday moments, and fostering a household rooted in love and stability rather than celebrity privilege. As the years passed, the Avalon family continued to grow, eventually welcoming 10 grandchildren. Frankie has spoken with pride and warmth about his role as a grandfather, embracing that chapter of life with the same enthusiasm he once brought to the stage and screen. Family gatherings, holidays, and shared traditions became central to his identity, reinforcing his belief that his greatest achievements were not chart-topping hits or box-office successes, but the life he built with Kay and their children. One of their children, Frankie Avalon Jr., briefly followed his father into the world of acting. He is best known for appearing in the original The Karate Kid, a film that has since become a beloved classic. While Frankie Jr.'s acting career was relatively short-lived, his appearance in such an iconic movie added another thread to the Avalon family's connection to American pop culture. Importantly, however, the Avalon children were never pushed into the spotlight. Frankie and Kay encouraged them to pursue their own paths, whether in entertainment or outside of it, emphasizing education, independence, and personal fulfillment over fame. At 84, Frankie Avalon finally chose to open a window into a chapter of his life he had long kept private. The complicated, heartfelt memories of his friendship with Ricky Nelson. Time, he felt, had softened the sharpest edges of nostalgia, allowing him to speak not with bitterness or rivalry, but with perspective, affection, and honesty. Looking back, Avalon no longer saw the world of teen idols as a battlefield, but as a shared stage where 2 young men grew up under the same blinding spotlight. People always wanted to pit us against each other, Avalon reflected. Ricky and I were supposed to be rivals, like there was only room for one of us. But the truth is, we were just two kids trying to figure out who we were while the whole world watched. He remembered how sudden fame had arrived for both of them. How screaming fans and chart-topping records came long before emotional maturity. In that whirlwind, Nelson, already famous from the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, seemed to Avalon more seasoned yet also more burdened. I admired Ricky more than people ever knew. Avalon said he had music in his bones. Rock and roll wasn't something he put on like a jacket. It was part of him. Avalon recalled watching Nelson evolve as an artist, determined to be taken seriously beyond his television image. That struggle connected deeply with him. We were both boxed in by our success. The audience loved us for what we represented, but they didn't always want to see us grow. Avalon admitted that in their youth, neither of them had the tools to talk openly about the pressure they were under. Back then, you didn't sit around talking about feelings. He said, you smiled, you sang, and you showed up on time. Yet, beneath that polished exterior, Avalon sensed Nelson's quiet frustration. Ricky wanted respect, not just applause. And that takes courage when the industry wants you frozen in time. With age came regret, not of words spoken, but of words left unsaid. I wish I had told him how much I respected his fight to be himself, Avalon shared softly. We all thought there'd be more time. Nelson's tragic death in 1985 forced Avalon to confront how short-lived those early years truly were. When Ricky was gone, it hit me hard. It wasn't just the loss of a friend. It was the loss of a shared past, a time only we could understand. At 84, Avalon no longer speaks as a teen idol, but as a survivor of an era that chewed up young talent and rarely looked back. Ricky deserved more credit than he got while he was alive. He said he stayed true to his music even when it cost him popularity. That takes integrity. In his voice now is not sadness, but respect. History's been kinder to him than the moment ever was. And I'm glad for that. Ultimately, Avalon's reflections are not about rivalry, but about brotherhood formed under impossible circumstances. We were part of something bigger than ourselves, he concluded. And Ricky, he mattered. Not just to the charts, not just to the fans, but to me.